All right, what do you reckon you'll see better, the orange or the yellow? Yeah, all right, well, we can try both, but it does take a little while to get used to seeing them in here. Played, mate. So you've already given me a slight insight into your game, but first 10 or 15 balls of a red ball game, you're batting 5. What's your plan? Like, what are you trying to do?
So the way I get out 90% of the time is driving and sneaking.
Yep.
Don't think I've ever got out LBW or bowled like in like years. It's just always driving, sneaking like every time. So my game plan now is to bat like on/off / outside because I'm quite strong like straight.
Yep.
And that gives me an option to
go through the leg side.
Option off the legs.
Yep.
So yeah, that's why my game plan is to bat on/off / outside.
Yep.
Anything straight, just drive hard. And then early, anything like kind of like in here, I just want to be able to drop with soft hands to try and get off the mark.
Yep.
And then anything, like you're bowling then, just away for 1 or 2.
And outside your eye line early?
And anything outside my eye line, I just want to let go.
Sweet, good, good. Shouldn't be playing them out there if you're nicking them, that's good.
Yeah.
But that's obviously a technical issue that's holding you back, so we'll fix that. Well left, good batting. Played. What stump was that?
I'm going to say 6.
Yeah, 5.5 I reckon, yeah, good. Probably don't need to play at it, but you technically played it really well. Happy with that?
Yep.
Played it well, but I'd like you to try and keep your eyes up.
Yeah.
So like if it doesn't bounce, that's hitting you in the back or the shoulder, but if you're here and it doesn't bounce, you can probably go lower or get out of the way. So when ducking, you don't want to take your eye off the ball.
Yeah, that's what I got hit a couple of times in the nets in the pre-season because I kind of just looked away and then I misjudged the bounce and I just gone down.
Exactly. So we got to just keep working on like your head and body goes down, but your eyes stay forward. Yeah, there, exactly. And we can do a bit of sort of underarm stuff for that. Well played. What stump's that? Just outside. I really like where you're hitting that. I think good.
I often drive balls on like through it on / straight.
Brilliant. If you can hit them here, leg side of the bowler stumps, that's 4 most times.
Yeah.
They start to get a bit square and they might go to mid-on. They go this side of the stumps and the bowler stops it, or they go wide of mid-off. So if you can hit those balls sort of in this metre, you're getting most valuable for your shots. Like that's probably 4 most times. Well left. Good discipline out there. Okay, stay there, look where you are. You're on middle. Is that where you want to be? No, that's your back toe and front toe both on middle.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so you're probably just starting a little bit outside leg. Good. Lovely position. Okay, one little thing there. Where was your eyes after you hit the ball?
Yeah, I didn't track the ball, I was just down, so I've not been able to see it before. I do that, that's one of my biggest flaws, I just hold it there and don't like.
Yep. Look where he is.
Yeah.
Like he blocks it and he's watching the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and he knows he can run.
Yeah.
So to me, it makes no sense. Like, it comes from the old thing of like head down, because what you don't want to do, you don't want to come up.
Yeah.
But if you've played like a nice defence like that, like it makes no sense to stay looking at the ground if the ball's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like track it into contact and then you just lift your eyes and track it out of contact.
Yeah.
Just something to, keep working on. It's a small thing, but it's just the attention to detail.
Yeah.
Small things make a big difference. 4 leg buys. Eyes up. Good. Better. Solid there. Yes, beautiful. That ball there, you're as good as anyone I've seen. Just defending that, excellent. Really good. That's all right. Something we'll just, yeah, we'll just work on it. It's just something you just got to work on. It's not going to happen straight away. Nice, mate. Eyes up again. Track the ball. Yes. What stump's that? Nah, wider. It's probably 7th. So I think you played that beautifully. And like, maybe if we don't improve your, like if we weren't to improve your technique, which we will, then I think like game plan wise, you'd just leave anything wider than that. Because you'd moved into that beautifully and hit through straight lines. But because you're tall and because you're batting on off stump, you're able to hit like 5th, 6th, 7th there. Whereas if someone's batting on middle and they're smaller, they would be hitting that much squarer. Yeah, so long term, we want to be able to score all around the ground. But game plan wise, that was a technique really good. And then I'd just say anything wider, if you tell me you nick it a lot, you just let them go. Yeah, that was a lovely shot. Good batting. Ideally, just there, it's runs. It's probably, yeah, little slice, yep. Back leg came round. Discipline, discipline. Most people are driving that, it's good discipline. Shot boy, quality. Technically very good. So I don't see why, like from what I've seen so far, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to hit through cover, like why you're nicking so many. It's probably because you're not turning this enough. You're probably just leaving it there and then you're sort of like coming this way a bit rather than having a straight line through your shot. Yeah,
that's exactly right. It's when I get to like 20, and there's like one just a bit wider than a line I can hit sort of through there. It's more like I'm trying to kind of drive through here and
yep.
You're right.
Yep. Losing that, and then yeah, instead of like, you can sort of slap it square and you don't need to turn as much, and that's sort of more with like a bottom hand square, but if you're sort of going cover, not sort of cover point, you still want to keep that same shape as you're hitting through mid-off, you're just turning a tiny bit more to get your straight line through there. Little bit stuck on the crease, but good. The good thing is you didn't push at it. You sort of just let it come to you. I'm a big fan of getting the ball to the leg side like that. When it's back foot, means you're getting across. Good batting. Sort of in between a straight bat and that sort of like cross bat. Not really one or the other. Just roll me back a couple. Thoughts? Yeah, big, like high risk. Like you got away with it, but I reckon 5 times out of 10, that's possibly out. So we want to always try and bat low risk. So straighter bat. If you want to hit it over there, you do it by taking your more with your left side. Last few. Played, mate. Good batting. Just that back leg. Look at the back leg. It's quite front on, and it's just causing a little slice because you're coming across it. So we want to try and keep that back toe, knee, and hip a bit more side on, and your hands can stay in straight lines. Make sense? People underestimate how important the back leg is on the front foot. Or left. Good batting, Jolie. Better. Better. Excellent, mate. Awesome. Thoughts?
I feel like really comfortable like leaving, well I feel like I'm much less likely to get out when I'm leaving outside my off stump, because batting on off I know it's not in line, it's not hitting the pegs, so I can comfortably leave it.
Yep.
And then it's just a matter of waiting for that ball that's straight, or obviously like that one that I can also drive, because it's also, like I don't want to take that shot out because it's one of my best shots.
Yeah, you played those 2 or 3 off drives beautifully.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely don't want to take that out.
Yeah.
I think you are a little bit underneath with your bottom hand. Oh, yeah. And that probably is a reason why you limited there. Yep. And I'll send you the video about Marnus that I was talking about. Yep. I reckon we could get that bottom hand round a slight bit more. Now Smith and Williamson are both a bit underneath. They make it work. But what they do is like especially Smith, release that bottom hand when you drive through the offside. So I reckon well, I'll send you the video now. Watch it whenever you can, and then just have a play with it and see what Marnus talks about, because that's what I was telling you about. Marnus changed his grip, and it allowed him to sort of stay long. It's not a big change. It's not a big deal. It's not like you're really under. You're just a little bit. But I reckon that would allow you to open up like changing your V would allow you to open up the cover region a slight bit more. But the other thing is you could stay there, you just got to really get that shoulder coming round a bit more. But look, and then so I think technically your fundamentals are excellent. You're going back well, you're getting like across in behind the ball, you started to duck with your eyes better. Just go that way a step, I think just the front foot, we just don't want to get in the habit of just being lazy with that back leg, and then you end up coming across and slicing it. When you were really locked in and side on, you were defending much straighter. It's good. Like I see, like you got the ability, you got the game, you got the technique to be a dominant first grader. But so does a lot of others. So it's like, how can you get this and the hunger? Because technically, there's little things we can do that'll make you better. But it's all about having a game plan and a mindset that's going to score lots of runs. And being an all-rounder and having that is such an amazing thing. You'll be the first picked in every team if you can score runs and bowl them. So anything's possible, mate. Anything's possible. Yeah?
Just one thing else I wanted to ask is like when sometimes I know like a quick bowler bowling short, like I kind of am watching for the short ball.
Of course,
And then everything else kind of goes. Because I know like I haven't practiced, like I've practiced facing the short ball, but not at 130, 140. And so I know I'll be I could potentially be too slow on it. So I'm wondering how you kind of combat that, like if Bryce is warming up the net and thundering down.
So just a quick story, and then we can go into this in more detail in next session. So I talk a lot about Chris Rogers because he's one of my best mates, and he scored 100 in South Africa, and against Morkel, Steyn, and Philander, and against each one he had a different method. And under method, technique, game plan, mindset. So for Morkel, who was trying to bowl short at him, he was triggering back and across and getting quite deep in his crease, weight on his back foot. And he was almost, if he pitched up, just playing a bit of French cricket. Whereas Steyn, he was a little bit more sort of there and waiting for the top of off plus the Yorker with the odd bouncer. And Philander, he was triggering down the wicket to try and smother his length. So if I'm facing, like so Buck knew Morkel was going to be short, so he hung back more. If I'm facing Liam Guthrie at the whacker and I know he's got a couple there, I'm hanging back. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't care what they say about me being scared. Like that's not going to get in my bubble that I'm hanging back. I know it's going to be short. I'm just giving myself a bit more time. But when it is full, I need to make sure that I'm not driving from back here. I'm just leaning on it. And I might even sacrifice playing any drives for this spell of bowling. Because it's not going to last. There's not 4 bowlers bowling 140 that are going to come through here. If you're playing the Aussies and they got Hazelwood, Stark and Cummins, then maybe. And you have to have a game. You have to be able to go forward and back. But for now, I don't think there's anything wrong with hanging back and getting under it. But as long as you're not then... But as long as you're sort of like either putting away your drive or still able to get your weight into it.
And do you think put away the pull shot? Like
Yeah,
in general?
early. If you're in, and it's an instinct, you can take it on. But early, I think the risk goes up if you pull in. Like Josh Phillip, he's a great puller, but when he was away playing for Australia, got out 3 or 4 times pulling. The risk goes up, even if you're good at it. So early, I would say, to fast bowling, especially while you're still learning and you're getting used to that pace, just get in behind it or get out of the way. And then as you get better, and like I scored 100 for Melville at Tompkins once against Ben Edmondson, who bowled really fast. And in my first 50 balls or 100 balls, I wouldn't have pulled him. He was bowling bounces, but as I got to 60, 70, 80, I took him on, like because I was comfortable. I was in, he'd slowed down a little bit, I was used to the wicket, whatever. So that to me is the blueprint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Like, and also, like, what if like they got their bowling short and you need like a couple of sixes?
Oh, well,
like,
you've probably got to like just play a bit of baseball, hang back and
open up.
Yeah, that's hard though, mate. Like,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that more next time.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks very
Well done.
much.